Hey, this is King Firehawk from 1640 PWPR. Coming up, the Blind Tag Podcast, which is exclusive here to 1640 PWPR, the home of pro wrestling podcast radio and more.
Hello out there in the podcast world. Once again, you've reached the Blind Tag, and I am Big Dick Giddeon, your host. Right now I have unfortunately one member of the Fallen Angels.
We're down to one now.
We're down to one right now. It's Kryim. And Dante is unfortunately not with us. She's feeling under the weather, so hopefully she'll get well soon.
Yeah, she's got a little bit of a toothache. As kind of mamby-pamby as that might sound, no, it's pretty bad. She's going to be going into the dentist on Tuesday. Hopefully they'll, she's got like some type of infection in her mouth, so it's legit. It's not like, ow, I got a toothache, I can't be on. No, my fans.
She's a little messed up.
She's really hurting.
But we will press on.
We carry and sally forth because that is what we do.
Yes. So we're going to continue on, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about the Beast in the East, which
was
an event that WWE held over in Tokyo yesterday, and it was an interesting card. They decided to. So it was they sold out house. They were in this. What was the name of the stadium? It was in the
Sumo Hall.
The Sumo Hall, thank you. And so we'll just go down the card real quick. Chris Jericho defeated Neville by submission. That was a very good match.
I thought it was decent, solid.
Jericho's looking a little soft though, a little soggy.
You can tell Jericho doesn't actively wrestling train as much as he should.
He ain't hitting that gym. He's not banging and clanging as he used to.
He's taken the Bo Dallas school of training.
Come on, don't get on my boy Bo Dallas.
Bo Dallas is I'm not saying he's fat. I'm just saying he's got smoothness to him.
He's more rounded.
He is round. There's no definition.
No,
but he's not obese.
They went.
He went a smooth route. He's a round dude.
They went 16 minutes, which was pretty good for a guy who hasn't been in the ring in a while. So,
and if you haven't seen any type of Japanese wrestling, watch this match. It's a pretty good. It's a pretty good interpretation is probably a bad word, but I guess exhibition of what Japanese style wrestling is.
Yeah, very, very slow in the beginning.
They respect wrestling over there. The first 5 to 6, probably 5 to 8 minutes, Jericho and Neville are actually trading holds and stuff like that. And you do that in front of a crowd here in Jersey. They'll chant boring at you.
Yeah, which is unfortunate, but it was very technically sound. It ramped up just like it was supposed to, and the crowd ate it up. But Chris Jericho did defeat Neville by the Lion Tamer.
The Lion Tamer, that's right. Yeah. He broke it out. He does it every so often when he wants to go old school.
Yeah.
See who still remembers and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's probably Neville going, "Hey man, could you put me in the Lion Tamer? Fuck the walls of Jericho. Let's do the Lion Tamer tonight."
And they're like, all right,
we'll do that tonight.
We can do the Lion Tamer. Next match was a triple threat match for the Divas Championship. We had Nikki Bella, Tamina, and Paige. And Nikki Bella went over clean. And while we're talking about Nikki Bella, we might as well talk about the road to 300.
Well, hold on. Let's talk about the match for like a hot second. The match could have been just as good if Tamina wasn't in it. They need to send to Tamina to work on her. She needs to unrust herself. She needs to get some of that ring rust off.
Yeah,
she doesn't have a presence.
She's lost. She's lost constantly, and she needs to go back down to NXT.
Yeah, go back.
Go back down to NXT.
Find a gimmick.
Yeah, find a gimmick. Because, I don't know what she is.
Yeah, she's supposed to be Superfly's daughter, which is great, but she's dressed in all black leather like she's a hitman.
Yeah, I don't get it.
She needs to go and find herself. Go back to NXT. There's really no shame in that. I mean,
no.
NXT is fantastic.
Yeah, there's no shame in going down to NXT whatsoever.
I mean, it's not like in Major League Baseball where they say, okay, you need to go down to the minors, and you're like, oh, no, you go down to NXT, and you know what? You learn because you're working with the world's best. They handpick
these indie guys
from all over the world. So you'll be wrestling on the main roster. That's great, but you might not have ever wrestled somebody from China or Great Britain or anything like that.
No, they go all over, but. Yeah, NXT is where it's at. It really is. But the match was okay. I mean, it was okay. I mean, it only lasted 7 minutes. They only gave the ladies 7 minutes.
Matches can be kind of tricky. I mean, you got one guy out, 2 guys in.
Yeah,
and you got to kind of intermix the two. So I'm not a big fan of triple threat matches, but as far as it goes, it was what it was supposed to be.
Yeah,
it wasn't terrible, but
yeah, it did its job. They did a decent match, but this whole road to 300 thing, basically, they might as well just call it the road to forget AJ Lee ever existed.
That's exactly what that is. They want the CM Punk's chance to stop.
Yeah.
And the only way that's going to happen is if they erase any remaining reminder of CM Punk. And, AJ Lee is one of those reminders.
It's unfortunate. She was a fantastic worker. And
easy.
She was good. I liked her.
Fantastic, easy. She was okay. She was good. I'm not saying she was a bad worker. I'm saying fantastic. I don't really remember watching an AJ Lee going, holy cow, I got to see this again.
When you have to wrestle what she had to wrestle on a consistent basis, it's kind of hard to, that's why I say she's fantastic. Because you know what? When she was in the ring, I wanted to watch her regardless of what her opponent was. Her opponent could have been Summer Rae, and it still didn't matter because I wanted to watch AJ Lee.
True. Okay, I'll give you that. I think she would have shined better in the NXT of now versus the NXT when she was coming up.
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean, I would love to watch her go one-on-one with Charlotte or Sasha Banks.
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me?
Her and Sasha Banks, I think, would have a fantastic match.
That would have been
fun. But in NXT, not on the main roster.
No, you don't go up to the main roster. Why? You want to wrestle, you don't go to the main roster.
Oh, yeah, because NXT is a wrestling show.
And Raw is a show about wrestling.
But
yeah, in case anybody's curious, Saturday was the 223rd day of Nikki Bella's title reign, and the 300th is about 2 weeks after SummerSlam, late August, or early September. Okay? So,
my thought, they're going to do a whole AJ Lee thing with her, with that belt. What they're going to do is, after the 300 happens, she gets that record, AJ Lee's forgotten about. All of a sudden, Charlotte comes up and fucking takes the belt. Same thing what Paige did.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, they're just going to try to erase AJ Lee from fucking history. And you're right. It's sad. She was a great worker. Yeah. But fantastic. I don't know. There's never a AJ Lee match. I was like, oh, I got to see this again.
Well, that's the thing. Because I think if she had Paige aside, because Paige is great. Okay. Mm-hmm. But if she had more
to work with,
you're probably right.
You're probably right. I would love to see her work Trish in her prime or Lita in her prime.
Sure.
I would love to see
Charlotte. Oh my god.
Could you imagine
a Charlotte AJ Lee match?
Give them 20 minutes? Are you kidding me? Oof. I would love to watch that.
I mean, I look forward to the women's matches on NXT. I look forward to that.
You know why I think we look forward to that is because we're so unused.
No, not used.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep drinking.
Yeah.
Kryim is drinking, so we're just gonna keep going. This is funny, but I think we're so not used to watching women work hard. Okay, we're always expected to see the schoolgirl finish. You know, the quick roll up, 1, 2, 3, ha ha ha. That when we actually watch women throw down, it's more entertaining for us because we watch the guys do that shit all the time.
Yeah.
To watch women fucking work just as hard as the guys, that's to us it's visually more impressive.
It's to see women get the time that the guys get, because they don't get the time to get. Look, the first match was 16 minutes. That was Jericho and Neville. 16 minutes, non-title matchup, nothing, right?
Exhibition.
Triple threat championship match got 7 minutes. That's not fair.
It isn't. It really isn't.
Okay, that's not fair, man.
Like, for example, like the NXT women's matches that they have on their takeover shows or whatever.
20 minutes
would have put that fucking first exhibition match to shame.
To shame.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I like watching the women's matches because it's visually impressive to see the girls go just as hard as the guys.
Yeah, and to realize that, oh, shit.
Yeah, we should respect, so you should actually respect that, and you should.
Yeah.
7
minutes for a triple threat championship match on the main roster.
Yeah.
That's just sad.
Yeah.
Like, it's clear that the Raw roster, unless you're nothing but a pretty face, right? I mean, that's all they care about.
I'm an investigative journalist. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Okay, at heart. That's what I am.
Are you?
Yeah, that's why we're doing this, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
sure.
that's what we're doing.
We can agree with that.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna go along with that.
Sure, we'll use that story.
Okay, I'm gonna go back because this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go watch the women's matches of, let's say, the Attitude Era. Or even back further and see how long they actually gave them. Like, I'd like to see how long they gave a Trish Stratus Lita championship match. I want to see how actually long they gave them and see if it kind of goes along the same lines. Because if it does, that means the quality of the worker that they have brought up since that time has plummeted because they just needed a pretty face, which is ideally what I think everybody thinks it is.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back and I'm going to look. I'm going to see if there's a time difference. If they got more time, then there's something to be said about the women not being treated equal.
Yeah. No, that's something we should probably look into. But yeah, 7 minutes for a triple threat championship match is shameful.
It's a championship match.
It's a championship match, and you're a triple threat championship match, and you gave him 7 minutes.
7 minutes.
By the way, why is Tamina in a championship match?
Just because, like, they had nothing else to do with it. Here, let me put it to you this way: a world championship match, because it's the world's Divas, whatever it is.
It's the women's championship.
It's a women's championship match, period, bar none.
Yeah.
In the federation that is the top dog.
Yeah.
Okay. Their championship, the top tier that the women's can try to achieve, is shorter than a normal independent tag, normal indie exhibition match.
Yeah.
Normal indie, you get about 10 to 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. You got to go shorter than that. And you're a champion. You're right. That's fucking shameful.
It's fucking shameful. Okay. I mean, I don't understand. But, I'm not a promoter. I'm not a promoter. I don't, I'm not a booker or anything like that. I'm just a fan. Okay. But at the end of the day, numbers don't lie. Okay?
Numbers don't lie.
Numbers can't lie. So, consistently, the women's matches are cut short, or they're just cut to begin with.
Yeah.
It's so odd. Like, you know what? If you need talent, bring some up from NXT and start having matches. Okay? If you want to sit there and complain that Summer Rae can't work, which she can't, by the way.
Yeah,
okay?
I
can't stand watching Summer Rae in the ring.
To me, there's nothing wrong. Okay, there's nothing wrong with having valets.
No, there's nothing wrong with a woman manager or anything like that. Okay?
There's managers and there's valets. Okay, managers had their own different. Like, Sherry was able to she was able to talk. Okay,
yeah.
That's why she was a manager.
Yeah.
Valet is kind of like Miss Elizabeth. She's there for eye candy and stuff like that. Summer Rae, fantastic valet, 100%. She could just be a valet. Why do you have to put them in the ring?
Yeah,
they clearly have
no sense for the ring.
There's no. I mean, like, I'm not God's gift to any type of wrestling. Yeah. I'm not the worst. Okay. Our team is not the worst. Fallen Angels, not the worst tag team you'll ever see. Book us, we're funny. But you can definitely sit there and go, holy shit, what the fuck are they doing out there?
Yeah.
And you're from a fan point of view, if you can see the mistakes, there's something bad.
Yeah, if I can tell that you don't belong in that ring.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you're not comfortable. Okay.
Or you're not even comfortable. Yeah. There's no reason for her to be in the ring. None. There's no reason for a lot of these women not to be in the ring. Mm-hmm. Okay. And they put them in there, and it's because they need a women's division. Dude, there is talent in NXT. I understand maybe they're not ready to bring up, but you know what? Bring them up just to have exhibition matches.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, look at there's actually pretty decent women workers out there. There's Shimmer. That's a good federation to start out with. I mean, there's so many talented girls. I don't understand why they have to have models that have an inkling to
yeah. I don't understand that.
What was it near the end of the Attitude Era when the Divas search was actually just like, oh boy, I get to be on Playboy. That's basically what it was.
Yeah.
And you got all these ladies who are models first, and like, oh, well, I can make money doing this. Okay.
Yeah.
Whereas these girls who are toiling in the fucking indies are learning their craft, and these girls you get a fucking free ride because they got a tits and a pretty face.
Yeah.
Come on.
But we could talk about this till the cows come home.
Absolutely. But, absolutely, it's something I'm passionate about. I like seeing everybody get an equal opportunity.
The next match on the card was Lesnar and Kofi Kingston. And this was very strange to me because if you're going to have Lesnar wrestle somebody, I understand if you want to squash somebody out, that's fine. But Kofi just seems like a very strange choice. Do they need somebody that sold really well? I don't...
Well, I can explain why right now. Okay, so you have... Kofi's like the only one that has two other people that can come rescue him. Okay, and that's exactly what happened at the end of the match. You want to sell Lesnar as a monster, as somebody who's pissed off because he just got beat up by four other guys.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just beat the hell out of this guy, and here comes his two fucking friends. I'll flatten them too. Yeah. And sure enough, he did. Now he's angry. Well, why? Now I got an angry giant that eats 4 midgets a day.
Yeah. Well, why? All right. Why Kofi? Why not Xavier Woods?
Because that's just how they booked it. It could have been any one of those three. Yeah. But they obviously didn't want to have power for power, so they wouldn't have put. And I think they did. I think they worked the Lucha Dragons, right?
The New Day in a dark match.
So I think what happened was, they had New Day coming over, nothing for Kofi, so fuck it, let's just feed him to Lesnar.
Yeah.
And it's perfect because now he beats the hell out of Kofi, and then here comes the other two, and he puts those down like fucking like no problem. So yeah, I mean,
2 minutes and 41 seconds.
What'd you expect? It's a Lesnar match.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to see any technical fucking wrestling.
No, I understand that.
First off, Lesnar, he's starting to look cut.
Yeah.
He's going to start wrestling without the shirt on.
Yeah, there's going to be no shirt, and he came out without the shirt.
He came out without the shirt and the dumb tattoo.
Yeah.
But,
not a great tattoo, but
that's a topic for another day, because, Big Dick says he wants to run up to Lesnar and tell him that his tattoo looks stupid.
Oh, yeah, that's what I want to
do. You do. You told me that's what you wanted to do. You say, hey, that tattoo looks dumb. And I'm like, why don't you tell him that to his face? He says, I will.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right.
He will.
Christ in heaven.
No. But can we let's talk about the tattoo for like a hot second? He's I'm sure he's got some money.
Yeah, no, but he's got money. But
he couldn't go to like a famous artist and try to get a sword tattoo on his chest, because that looks fuck awful.
That is not a good tattoo, man. Like, it looks blunt. It looks like it was drawn by your cousin.
Yeah,
like, it was.
It's like he had his cousin, Marky Lesnar, come over and fucking
Marky Lesnar
and just tattoo it on his chest. And like they had a drunken night one night. He's like, yeah, I bet I can do it.
With the hand on your chest.
And then somebody lost the bet.
Yeah,
and that's what happened.
But let's get
But that was investigative journalism 101. Just letting you know that happened.
Match of the night, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens. Okay? 20 minutes. Great fucking match.
Of course it was.
You know, I called it. I knew Kevin Owens was going to drop the title to Finn Balor. Because that's the only way it makes sense. Kevin Owens is full-time Raw now.
Yeah.
Finn Balor is the new champ. Plus, you know, this sets up, well, Kevin Owens, I can almost guarantee that Kevin Owens will go over on Cena at Battleground for the U.S. title.
It makes sense because that way you can legitimize. You know, Cena doesn't have to be around to do the U.S. Open anymore. Yeah. He what's his name actually has you have a legitimately strong champion as a U.S. champion. You know what? People are going to pay money to watch the U.S. Championship match now. Not necessarily because, holy shit, it's Cena. No, holy shit, it's Owens.
Yeah, it's holy shit, he's going to beat the hell out of somebody.
He's going to beat the hell out of somebody.
Yeah. But I like the fact that he's lost a couple times now because he's not another Lesnar, right? He's not undefeated or some beast or anything. Owens is beatable. Mm-hmm. Okay? He's just really, really hard to beat in terms of story. So, I love the match. It was great. And now Owens can go over on Cena. And now Finn Balor, which when Finn Balor eventually drops the title to somebody, he can come up and then him and Owens and Balor can feud on the main roster.
You mean good writing? I mean, like that. That's a good idea. You know what they do with the good ideas? They put them in the good idea bin. That gets locked in the closet. And then they're like, hey, you know what would be a great idea? See, there's a good idea bin, and then there's a great idea bin. The good idea bin just gets put in the closet because they're not great ideas. And a great idea bin, they keep going into it. It's like, oh, Rollins and Kane in a tag team match. Man, I thought we just picked up that one. Ah, cool. We'll put that back in the bin because, you know, that's a great idea. I mean, like, seriously, I mean, these you know, it's like this poor horse.
Yeah.
The poor horse.
I just hope that, you know, with Kevin Owens come up to the main roster full time, and when he goes over on Cena, which he should, and I hope he goes over clean. Okay? When he goes over, I think this will be the start of something interesting.
Probably. But in the same aspect, look what they did to Bray Wyatt.
Poor Bray Wyatt.
I mean,
he better go over. Go over.
If he doesn't go over, nobody's going to care about him.
No one's going to give a shit.
I'm not. I mean, there's to say when Bray Wyatt's on the screen, it makes me pay attention.
Yeah,
and it's to have him do these great promos, do all these great vignettes and stuff like that, and then for him to lose it. It loses something because, like, it could be great. You could be mesmerized, and you're like, oh, he's going to fucking lose anyway. Yeah. So what's the point?
Yeah. The idea, you know, this is the same man that you booked against The Undertaker at WrestleMania. That's how much you thought of this guy. Okay? Yeah. For him to get the rub against, you know, Undertaker and stuff like that.
Right.
But, you know, I'm hoping that he goes over on Roman Reigns. Because Roman Reigns is not ready. He's not. He's not the man.
Well, we actually discussed something like this, and it's called, like, the next gear, okay?
Yeah.
Everybody gets a chance at the baton.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, oh, nobody ever gets the brass ring. That's not entirely true. Everybody gets a chance at it. Everybody gets a chance to hold on to it. What you do with it is a different story.
Yeah.
You know, look what they did with Dean Ambrose, okay? You know, they gave him...
He was almost there. He
had it in his hands. They gave him a chance to run with it. He was just Dean Ambrose. He didn't hit that next level. You know, like I said, for example, they brought in Steve Austin. The first time they brought in Steve Austin, they call him the Ringmaster. They put the $1 million title on him. That's great. That's cool. And didn't really, so what? So.
Yeah.
Then they're like, okay, let's do Stone Cold. And the rest is pretty much fucking history.
What gimmick would you give Dean Ambrose?
It's not that I would give him a gimmick. I would do yourself. Okay, he's doing himself, but there's something that's missing.
I know, and I've said this for months now. I've said this. Mm-hmm. You and I have had this conversation. Mm-hmm. He can be the man. He can be. Mm-hmm. just missing something.
Like I said, it's that next gear. He needs to have something click.
Yeah.
And you're right. He could possibly be like the next big thing.
I think Dean Ambrose has it in him to be the man. Okay.
He has the talent. He can talk. I don't think he has the look.
He's cut. I mean, he
doesn't have the look. Okay. Roman Reigns has the look.
Yeah, but Roman Reigns, he can't do it. If you're the man, okay,
you have to have all.
Now you don't have to have all three, but you need to have the mic skills if you're the man, or you need to have Heyman standing next to you. Okay. If you're going to be the man,
that's another thing we could talk about because I mean, there's a lost art of managers out there. Okay, we watched the Legends Roundtable about managers.
Yeah.
Okay, and everybody had like who's their Mount Rushmore. Everybody at that table, Bobby Heenan was at the forefront of everybody's Mount Rushmore.
Everybody on their list, their number one they said was Bobby
Heenan, and you know what? Managing is a lost art form. I couldn't have said that any more slurry. I apologize. Let's try it again. Managing is a complete lost art form, and a lot of guys try to make it out on their own, and what they really need is a mouthpiece. If you have somebody who can talk for you, and you could do the ring, you have the look and you have the ring ability, you have a package.
Now, if you were to pair Roman Reigns with Heyman,
I wouldn't pair him with Heyman.
Why?
Because Heyman and him wouldn't work well together.
Why? He could be the herald of the Roman Empire.
Could. Okay, I can see how that might be great, but Heyman said to himself where Heyman is a mouthpiece for Lesnar. If Lesnar was done and was not coming back, sure, maybe.
Yeah.
But because Heyman and Lesnar are like a package deal, it would lose something.
No, this is what I was saying. Okay, if you were going to have Lesnar drop the title to Roman, have Heyman leave Lesnar.
Right.
Okay.
It would kill Lesnar.
Yeah. No, Lesnar would go bye-bye.
Yeah.
Okay. But Lesnar could always come back at a later date. Okay. Lesnar will always be over. Okay. It's just sort of the way he is. All right.
Lesnar needs a mouthpiece.
No, he absolutely does. Okay. I'm not saying he doesn't. Mm-hmm. I'm saying I think, in my personal opinion, Roman Reigns has a better look than Lesnar does. Okay. Take the vest off of Roman. Take it off.
Okay.
Okay? He's got it. He's got the look. He's got the look, and he can work.
Yeah.
Okay? He just can't really talk. He's much better than he was, okay? But he's still not there.
Well, that's also something that we had interviewed a certain Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Who did you say you interviewed?
I believe it was Jim Ross.
That's right. You interviewed Jim Ross.
Dad, are you okay?
I am good. Trust me.
Damn, dude.
All right.
Have another.
I am.
Okay.
Okay. You interviewed Holy, this is working. I promise.
My goodness.
One
more time.
All right, we got this. You interviewed Jim Ross.
There you go.
Got it this time.
All right.
And he talked about the it factor, and you cannot teach the it factor.
No promoter can give it to you.
Yeah. Or you don't.
Yeah.
Okay? And there's certain guys that just don't have it. Yeah. I don't think Roman Reigns has it.
And now I would agree with you. Okay? I would agree with you. Because in my opinion, and this is my uneducated fan opinion, okay? In my uneducated fan opinion, having it means being able to talk. Okay? Because it means charisma. Okay? Having it means having charisma, being able to hold the crowd, okay? Like,
I'm sorry, guys. I happen to burp, and
it's so bad. It's so bad, guys. We had brats earlier.
And I'm drinking, and you ever have those burps that just come out from nowhere? It's like from the ferals of the underworld, and you feel it in your mouth. Yeah, that's basically what came out, and it's in Big Dick's face.
Anyway, but having it as having charisma. Bray Wyatt has it.
Oh yes,
okay? Bray Wyatt has it. Mm-hmm. I do think Dean Ambrose has it.
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know. I've never been impressed to the point where I'm like, oh, this guy has it. Fantastic worker, absolutely.
He can talk.
Is it the next level? Is the next generation level Cena? Or, like, I don't know.
Here's the thing, because he's been going up the ladder, right? He started off taking... This was in the span of a couple months, okay? We had Dean Ambrose take the U.S. Open Challenge, okay? Did a great match with John Cena. Lost, okay? Then, after a while, he went after the Intercontinental title, okay? Or that was beforehand, okay? He's run the gamut, okay? Now they have him going after the heavyweight, okay? He's getting the push. He misses something. It's there. I know he has it. It just needs to be unlocked, okay? And I don't know what you can do to unlock it. Maybe give him a different gimmick. I don't know.
Might could help.
You know, Bray Wyatt has it. Roman Reigns does not have it. He just doesn't.
Roman Reigns is going to go the same way that like Kane goes, or He's going to be around for a while. He's a good worker. Is he the next big superstar? Probably not.
No.
Those only happen once in,
to be fair,
generations.
Roman Reigns didn't get a fair shake because they brought him in and they thought he'd be more popular than Daniel Bryan. And that was the death knell.
Yeah.
Okay? That was the death knell for his popularity at this point. Because he went up against Daniel Bryan in terms of popularity, and that didn't work out.
No.
Okay?
People wanted to see DD.
We all saw the Royal Rumble.
I've never heard people boo so hard at an ending of a match before.
And The Rock was there.
If
The Rock can't save your fucking spot, forget about it.
If The Rock coming out doesn't get you cheered, you probably should just be a heel.
Yeah.
And just embrace it and just work with it.
But Roman Reigns did not get a fair shake in terms of popularity because, like I said, he went up against Daniel Bryan, and that's not a question, okay, in terms of popularity. But, it's. I mean, we could go on and on. What are we at? 30 minutes here? Jesus Christ, we're talking.
We're not even done with one of our subjects.
Yeah, I know. And the final match was John Cena, Dolph Ziggler defeated Kane and King Barrett. Woo! We can move on. All right.
You don't want to expound on that?
No.
Really?
I do want to talk about.
There was that sounds like four guys that just kind of threw together because they had nothing else to do.
Jesus. TNA and Global Force coming together. Doing an invasion angle, correct?
Yeah, that looks like it's happening. Jarrett coming back to TNA. It's kind of like watching two exes after a bad breakup get together. You know, they're like, hey, how are you?
Oh, I've just been doing my thing and, doing this over here.
That's good. That's good. So,
what
did
you
want
to?
I mean, I don't know. I was thinking,
you want to grab some coffee?
We could do that, or
whatever.
I'm not.
Come over to my house.
Yeah,
nobody's home.
Well, let's. So that's basically what I've been watching. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of uncomfortable but interesting at the same time because it has a possibility of doing something special. I would say that we need a number 2 because...
Yes, you run so much faster when somebody's chasing you.
Because WWE has gotten stale. And it would be interesting to watch an actual competitor for once.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you know that no one is going to take your viewers...
Sorry.
If you know that no one's going to take your viewers... you can put on whatever you want on television. It doesn't matter, okay? But if you have somebody chasing you and someone's taking your viewers and someone's taking your ratings and you have a legitimate competition with financial backing, yeah, you're gonna make your product better. Because if there's a monopoly in the workplace, what's that do to the marketplace? It's awful.
Yeah.
It's awful, and it has been awful. It's been bad.
Yeah.
Okay? Things went downhill real quick. Okay? Real quick after WCW was bought.
I miss, like, the Monday Night Wars.
Sure.
I mean, you go back and watch them and, like, man, you had two companies that that were...
They were both legit and both viable, and,
they were both viable, and they were vying for your time, and you were like, man, it was like, which girlfriend do I want to spend my time with?
Yeah.
Like, I really like this one, but this one's got this guy on it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really cool. But now it's like, same shit again, huh?
Oh, yeah. We've been married for 10 years. I mean, oh, man. I'm excited.
I'm excited to have, potato salad again.
Meatloaf.
Meatloaf again.
Meatloaf again.
Because that's exactly what happens. Yeah.
Every goddamn week.
So you mean Seth Rollins and Kane are going to team up again?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I mean, come on. That is like their go-to now.
It's pretty rough. Like also the evil boss is starting to get real fucking tiring. I'm done with it.
Well, what would you suggest?
You can have a storyline without an evil boss. They did it for a long time before that thing came around. Okay? You can do it.
Yeah, the evil boss thing's kind of been beat to death.
It's been played out, man. You can have storylines without the boss being there. Do you remember way back when? Because I do. Okay?
But it's been around so long that it's kind of hard to picture what it would be like without it.
They have archives on WWE.
Now, what I mean is, think about it. It's like everybody knows kind of like the ins and outs of the business now.
Yeah, per se.
So they know that there has to be a
prime antagonist.
There's got to be a managing source for the company. They can't just let the nuts run the asylum. Like, who's gonna? I'm the number one champion. Are you? Are you the number one competitor? Number one. Contender. That's it.
There you go.
I'm working here. Okay?
We are at the Blind Tag. Do not support alcoholism. We're aware of. Don't drink in podcasts, folks.
I'm not saying anything other than I'm not saying
you ain't saying shit. Apparently, you're speaking that gobbledygook. I don't know what's going on.
This is great.
But the last thing. We're going to end on a sort of a down note, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, that's the high spot?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't call it the high spot. I'd call it the end of the podcast.
Punch out, Maverick.
Well, so Bobby the Brain Heenan. Okay?
Man.
An absolute legend. Okay? We recently saw a video.
We weren't prepared for it.
We were not prepared for, where we heard Bobby had to have some surgery on his jaw on his face because of the cancer. Okay.
Let me preempt what he's talking about. We were watching the Legends Roundtable on managers.
Yeah.
And like I said, there was everybody was posed the question, who's in your wrestling manager Mount Rushmore? To which everybody on the panel, number one with a bullet was Bobby Heenan. Mm-hmm. And I remember Bobby Heenan was supposed to be at our at the convention, at the Fan Fest we were supposed to do, and I was one of those things that I would have loved to have gotten him. So I was actually showing Big Dick here. I was showing him the there was a shoot video with Cornette at Cornette's house and Bobby Heenan, and you got to see what was Bobby starting to kind of get. Sort of emaciated. I guess that's not the... But he was way different. He was different, and he was talking different. And then I happened to find a video that was taken of this year, and that was where, Heenan didn't have a bottom jaw.
Yeah.
It was horrifying to watch.
It was pretty rough. I feel bad that, that happened to him. It's probably the worst thing in the world that can happen to a manager... A former manager is lose the ability to speak.
Arguably the greatest manager, greatest speaker of wrestling history.
Just so good.
Yeah.
So good.
And now he can't speak.
Yeah.
And he has no jaw. And it was horrifying. I was not ready to see something like that. When I saw it, I'm like, that can't be him. But it was him.
Yeah.
And, okay, I know they do have prosthetics and stuff like that. I don't know if they have prosthetics for a jaw. But, I mean, look, Vince is a billionaire, okay? Could you help out, fucking poor Bobby? I mean, dude helped make...
Them Legends contracts ain't doing so well.
He helped make WrestleMania 3.
Yeah.
He helped make that headline for WrestleMania 3 with Andre, okay? You can't just, toss him $100,000 or something for a prosthetic jaw? Come on, man.
Yeah, it was a little rough, and I hope that, he feels better. I hope he is better, I wish him all the best in the world, of course. He's a legend, and I wish I could have met him. But there comes the time when, we saw this video, and he was signing autographs, okay? I don't know if he needs the money.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know if he needs the money.
I don't know if he needs the money. But if he doesn't need the money, I think it's time to just sort of lay it down, man. Let it go. You got nothing to prove to anybody else, okay? Yeah. And just rest, man. Just rest.
Just enjoy your legacy. Because you're not... Like I said, the person that we saw in the video is not the person that you saw on the 8x10s.
No.
It's two separate, different looking people.
Yeah.
And if you can't do it anymore like that, I mean, we've talked about this before. Guys, there's no shame in just letting your legacy be your legacy.
Yeah.
I mean, look what happened with Betty Page when she just decided to disappear from the spotlight and never wanted her picture ever taken again.
Yeah. She
wanted her fans to remember her how she was, not how she is. And if he doesn't need the money, then somebody should pull him aside and be like, brother, what are you doing?
Bobby, you don't need to do this.
You don't need to do this. You
don't need to do that.
No.
Okay? And no one... I can't imagine anyone faulting you for just wanting to just live your life.
Yeah.
Okay? No one's going to fault you for it, man.
You owe nobody anything.
Yeah. So, hopefully, Bobby, like I said, if you listen to this, I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're doing better. But there's no shame in just resting, man. Yeah. There's no shame.
I mean... I can't judge you.
No.
I'm
nobody.
I'm an indie wrestler. I have a small ass podcast. I'm nobody.
I'm nobody.
But it just I don't know. I can't judge. I can't judge anybody.
Yeah.
I don't want to see anybody because for this kind of goes along the same lines as the match between Nikolai Volkov and Bobby Fulton. Okay, It was sad to watch these guys who need the money, who don't have a wrestling ring and wrestle on wrestling mats in front of a circle of people. It was like watching Old Man Fight Club.
Yeah,
okay?
it was pretty rough.
It was rough. Okay, if he doesn't need the money, let it go. Okay, just let your legacy be your legacy.
But like I said, Bobby, more power to you, man.
Absolutely.
You do what you want to do. Okay, I mean,
we're not here to tell you what to do.
Yeah, you do what you want to do. But if I'm not mistaken, we do have a show coming up. Yes,
we do have a show coming up, ladies and gentlemen.
The 18th, correct? That's on the 18th.
I kind of need you to vamp for me while I get this up.
Well, it's on the 18th. It's we're looking for SWF. And we're looking.
No, that's not it.
That's not it.
Okay,
that is not it.
Keep vamping.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I am prepared.
You're not prepared.
I am prepared.
Can you handle your business,
I'm
please?
working here. Okay.
Handle your business.
Just do you mind?
Handle your business, Kryim. Handle your business. All right. So live pro wrestling. We have this is going to be the 18th. The doors open at 6:30 p.m. Bell time at 7:30. Okay, we're going to have Tito Santana. We got Brian Myers. We got Sanjay. We got Nunzio. Over 20 of the SWF superstars in action. Okay, this is Pompton Lakes in the Elks Lodge, Pompton Lakes, New Jersey. Now the card is subject to change as always, but should be a good show. We'll be there.
Defending the SWF tag team titles. Okay. We're going against Kentucky Bred.
Yep.
We will break them in half because that is what a fallen angel does.
Mm-hmm.
We destroy righteously with righteous wrath.
Yes.
As it is, and as it ever shall be.
Okay. Where will that end?
Amen.
All right. Catholic. All right. Anyway.
Brainwashing.
Yeah, okay. But other than that, I think we're finished for today. We'll go ahead and let you go. I'm Big Giddeon, and for Kryim, and we will see you, or talk to you,
next week.
See ya!